Hi, nice to see you again, guys. Happy and light Constitution Day of Ukraine to all Ukrainians and Ukrainian supporters. This is the reason why I'm sitting in front of you in my vyshyvanka, my embroidery. Guys, so I want to apologize for my rare presence in YouTube. Currently, I have one explanation to this and it's two words. Power outages. Currently, we are experiencing the most severe power outages we have got so far in 2024. And sometimes it's not according to the schedule I've talked before in my previous videos. For example, today I woke up and barely washed my hair in the sink and power went off and I had no time to dry my hair. So, in good American traditions, I went on the session to my psychotherapist with wet hair. But it's okay. So, I know, guys, that many of you are trying to learn Ukrainian history and the history of Ukrainian statehood. So, I decided to help you and today want to tell you how Ukrainian constitution have been adopted and what long way have we gone to actually have it. So, let's go. Wherever disinformation, Russian propaganda is trying to convince you in, it's called gaslighting, by the way. So, Ukraine have a long way of constitutional history and statehood. For example, first, most democratic constitution in Europe has been established and proclaimed in Ukraine by Hetman Philip Orlik in 18th century, by the way, guys. So, the second constitution of Ukraine was adopted by Central Council or Central Rada, Centralna Rada in 1980. Central Council have created Third Universal, where they proclaimed Ukraine as independent state, and in last day of their existence, in 29th of April 1918, they created constitution. I know that Russians are saying that Ukraine is a very young state and it did not exist till 1991. It's not true. What do you know about Brest's agreement, the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, when Russia withdrew their troops from World War I? So, it was a peaceful agreement where Russia, in the representative as Lev Trotsky, has signed this agreement where they recognized Ukraine People's Republic in 1918 as independent state and pledged to finish their war, like you know that it was war between the Central Council and Soviet government because they wanted to conquer all Ukrainian territories again. So, and they pledged to finish the war with Ukrainian People Republic. However, the constitution of current modern Ukraine was created only in 1996. So, what have they been waiting all 6 years? So, after proclaiming the independence of Ukraine, government created Constitutional Commission that created in their turn 15 different projects of constitution. So, but why have not they been negotiated and adopted one of them? It's all simple, because we still had communist or socialist party in the government. In my previous video, I have told you it was our mistake we haven't abolished them since the proclaiming the independence, because it was like nationalists and Democrats in the government and old root of this socialist and communist in the government, and they were resisting. So that is why this process delayed constitution adoption, and in 1996 Ukraine became the first country from the post-Soviet who were still using Soviet constitution. So all countries have already their own, but we were using this communist constitution of the Soviet Union that was adopted, if I remember properly, it's 1978, so yeah. So, resistance and struggle for power between like old formation and new formation of politicians, and plus resistance between President of Ukraine at that time, it was Leonid Kuchma, yes, created this option for delaying the constitutional process. So, and you know, all romanticizing of Ukrainian independence and all like hopes and ideas vanished in the middle 90s because the economic of Ukraine was struggling. Ukraine economic was under the recession, hyperinflation. We have no our own currency at that time and huge salary debt for budget workers. For example, my mom was working in the governmental theater at that time. Now she's continue also working at that theater. She has a debt. So they were all her 6-month monthly payment. So all these factors made possible the manipulation of the people's opinion and also establishing the oligarchy system at that time. Because 90s it was tough years. So and now oligarchy systems are still existing in Ukraine and we need to get rid of it because it's heavily impacting economy. It creates shadow market for economy. Okay, but this video is not about them. Guys, and I want to take a pause here and express my appreciation to all supporters of the channel. Guys, I'm sorry for not answering to all of you, but I'm reading every your comment and appreciate every your donation and want to show you where I put your donation. So you know that my mom soon arrives to Lviv. Do you remember my mom? The actress slash psychologist. She has graduated and got psychology degree. Decided to change something in her life since the begin invasion have started. So, and she's arriving to Lviv. She has a birthday and due to the new obstacles with power outages and difficult winter, I decided to use your donations to buy her huge car accumulator, huge car battery and transformer that transforms the power of the battery into the voltage, actually electricity, so she could plug her heater in winter and have a warm room, at least one room, and plug all her devices to make this power outages and rolling blackout more comfortable for her. She has already received it and I've put your buy me a coffee donation on this call. I think it was mindful and it will help one small cat family in Kaminsky in Dnipro region. Thank you guys and God be with you. I'm so appreciate that you supported my channel and supported my family, guys. Let's get back to the constitution. Most controversial questions for them was like colors of national flag, the language of the state and the status of Crimea Peninsula. Communists wanted Crimea to be autonomic and independent and had 3 separate branches of the power: their own legislation body, a court body and parliament body, because they want to took over the Crimean Republic and create internal communism or socialism in Crimea. So it was their interest. And also they do not want Ukrainian to be the national language because they said we are speaking Russian, everyone are speaking Russian, and we should put Russian as a state language and give people 10 or more years to learn and adapt, and then we will all shift. However, my shift happens overnight. Yes, maybe because I learned a bit Ukrainian at school, in university, and used it in my work as a lawyer in the court, but in my regular speech I was using Russian. So, when my feelings formed in my head, my switch became overnight and I didn't need 10 years to overthinking it. So I think it was a trick from the side of Communist Party. And former President Leonid Kuchma, it was actual president at that time,
He wanted to put constitution on referendum, so people could vote for constitution, not the government, because he wanted to create presidential parliament republic. So all these forces, you know, nationalists, communists and president were like struggling with the decisions and resisting each other. And finally, after a long night, they found a compromise. At least they meet everyone halfway. They gave autonomy to Crimea as a compromise with communists, so they did not block the voting. And you know now, final story, what happens with Crimea thanks to this autonomy. Yeah, so we should learn the lesson from history. And this session that has lasted 23 hours in the row was really tough, guys. They have been voting even for word, even for sentence that was controversial for everyone. They even revoted for each one 10 times, and sometimes escalation was so huge that it was fighting in the session, right in the session.
Спокій, шановні колеги. Не піддавайтеся на провокації.
They drank extremely dark coffee to keep up and just cope. And guys, two politicians had a birthday and they are celebrating birthday right on the session.
So, and that guy who manually put every sentence or word, controversial word on vote, has been standing in the middle all 23 hours. So you can now understand what will has he had. And they all clearly understood that constitution needs to be adopted. They have been waiting for these 6 whole years, and Ukraine has made such long and bloody way to their independence, so they could not fail the country.
So guys, you see that Ukrainians are tough people, and if we got something on the mind, we will do it. With going above and beyond, believe me. Guys, thank you for dedicating some time to check this video and learn more facts about Ukrainian history. And if you know that your family and friends also curious about Ukraine and Constitution Day, please share with them my video and put thumbs up for Jane as a content creator. Thank you guys, and I promise, really promise to you that soon I will resolve this power outage schedule issue. For me internally, I will reorganize all my time and will be here in YouTube more often. So bye bye.